Good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing? We're going to be doing our Lovers on a Break reading. So, what does that mean? Those are for those who are on a break from their person in a separation, whether you want to call it lovers, whether you want to call it twin flames, or whether you want to just call it love. So, let's see what's going on in the collective for those that are on a break with their person. Just remember, this is a collective reading. Sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. So Spirit saying, remember that union that you did have with your person. Uh, get into that energy. Allow that energy, that feeling of happiness to fill you while you're on a break. So let's see what else love wants to tell us today for that collective who are in separation from their person. We are doing a collective reading, so this may or may not resonate with everybody. So let's, just take what resonates, leave the rest behind. And if you're looking for your own personal situation, what we're going to do is you just reach out for your own readings. They are from $10 to $60 at silver.fox.affirmations@gmail.com. All right. So let's see what we have here. One more card, Spirit. Oop, Spirit's going to give us two. So let's see what's going on for that collective that is in separation from their person. So Spirit says there's some obstacles for you in this connection. There's going to be some challenges, right? We're going to put this on this side. And there's also a labyrinth, a maze that you're going to have to navigate. And for those of you who are not familiar with my style of reading and with what the board looks like, right? This side of the board here is all stuff that's challenges to you, things that I call hamster wheel of karma. Right here is where you're sitting in this now moment. Up and above here is going to be how do we get to what we want to manifest, which is the part that is the good stuff in life. And so with that, let's see what else the cards want to tell us. Spirit saying it's time to learn, right? Let love show you the right way. Get out of this labyrinth. Get out of this maze. Stop with these cycling of obstacles, challenges. Start to respect your relationships a little bit more. Look at every relationship that you have in this now moment and make sure that you are looking at the good parts of it and trying to vibrate in that frequency. You need to take your power back because the power of love is like a magnet and it's going to draw you together. But first, you need to get some clarity within self, which means connect to yourself, and you got to gain that clarity. So let's see what else the cards want to tell us within the frequency of love for this connection. So, Spirit, give me a couple more cards for this connection. That sits in. And define the hamster wheel. Doe-eyed beauty. The hamster wheel is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. It's a too many cards, Spirit. I'm not taking that. We'll take this. It's an exercise in frustration because you're going to keep on going back to the same place, and that's why it's a wheel, because you're not learning the lessons and you just keep on cycling around and around and around. I hope that makes sense to you. Spirit saying you're sabotaging yourself most of the time when you're here, right? You're working and holding on to a karmic relationship that's not where you want to be. Spirit says that, seduction isn't everything. Sometimes you're going to have to look for something more than just sex because there's a potential right now of somebody wanting to come in with a commitment. When we see wedding rings, it doesn't always mean wedding rings, it means a commitment. Your person is looking at your photographs right now. This might be your old person or it might be a new person. We've yet to decide that. We're going to see what the cards are going to tell us. We'll get some more information on that. So with that, let's look at what's going on with this connection separation. Remember, people, this is a collective reading, so it's not going to have all of your situation. It may just have some. So take what kind of resonates with you in your story and leave the rest behind. So let's see what we have here. So Spirit's saying it's time to change. It's time to transition. It's time to get off the wheel. You need a solid foundation, right? You can't keep on going on this sketchy foundation where it's toppling all the time. There's a soulmate that wants to come in. And this is going to come in unexpectedly. All of a sudden, boom, pow. Your old one, this karmic relationship, there's no second chances. This is time. It's done. It's finished. Stop sabotaging yourself. Stop going into this wheel because there's some passion that's going to be coming in with this soulmate. Let's get rid of this third party interference by stop allowing yourself to keep on this hamster wheel of going with these people that you know are always going to be inside of this third party. Get rid of the drama mamas that are in your environment because they're holding you back. Get rid of this competition, right? When you sit here, the sabotage is here, right? You're picking people who you know who they are. Their actions speak quite clearly as to their players. They're running around and you think you're going to change them. They're showing you who you are, but you don't want to believe it. We call that cognitive dissonance, right? You believe that all of a sudden you're so powerful, you're going to pull them away. No, you're not. They are who they are. They need to go through their own lessons, work on yourself, make sure you're working on you, get in union with you, surrender to the flow of the universe. And when you do, there's potential reconciliation in play here for you. And where's that reconciliation? It could be from a past life because there's a soulmate coming in. This is probably somebody who you had a great connection with maybe 5 or 6 lifetimes ago, and now it's time for them to come back in again. So get yourself here, get yourself into that place of the person that's willing to have a commitment, the one that wants passion, the one that wants that everlasting love, that's giving you clarity. Take your power back. All right. And so let's see, why are we still here in this hamster wheel? And this is what we got to find out. So what are our blocks to love? And so we're going to look at that right now. So we have a few that Spirit's giving us. And just remember, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. So many of you are too demanding, right? You set impossible standards and nobody's going to hold up to these standards, including yourself. You wouldn't be able to hold up to your own standards. So you got to relax and you got to really, truly decide what it is that you want. And why do you do this? Because you know what the answer is going to be. And so you keep yourself protected from ever getting in a relationship because you don't want to be. You're afraid of it. You're afraid of commitment. You're afraid of vulnerability. So you demand. Nobody lives up to it and they walk away. You push them away. It's not so much that they walk, you push. You push hard. And for some of you, it's an addiction, right? You're addicted to something, whether that's pills, whether that's alcohol, whether that's drugs, whatever that is, could even be sex. You're addicted, might be attention, right? But you got to get rid of this addiction and you have to become balanced. You need to have some clear boundaries. And what are these boundaries? I'm going to move it over here so you can see it. Boundaries are meant to be uh, balanced, right? Many people, when you work on boundaries, what do? The first thing they do is they build a wall. They don't build a door. The door is meant to be open and closed. You look at it through the window. You got a peephole, maybe a ring camera there, so you know what's going on the other side. And you have the choice to lock the door, open the door, or slam the door shut in the person's face. That's a proper boundary because you have choices. When you're sitting there with just putting a wall, then you miss opportunities that are coming in at that door. So you gotta make sure when you put your boundaries up, they're healthy. Don't just swing from one side of the pendulum where you have no boundaries to the other side of the pendulum where your boundaries are so big you're pushing everything away. Being needy, right? So some of you are needy, needy, needy. You're needy Nellies. You need to have this person in your life at every second of every minute. You need the attention. Need. You got to stop that and you need to just find whatever it is that you need with inside yourself. And as you balance yourself out, then love will start to balance out. And the last one is not being you, right? And that comes kind of sometimes with being needy. It's a people pleaser. It's somebody who tries to morph themselves into what everybody wants them to be. But you can't be who everybody wants you to be because that's not you. You need to be you. Once you're in your truth, once you're in yourself, once you know what yourself is, then you attract love because now you're in your confidence. So these are the blocks. There's a lot of them there. So let's see what do we have to encourage us. How do we heal from that? How do we get past those blocks? What are some strategies that we can do? Because this is an energy reading. What we're trying to do is we're trying to move from this hamster wheel over here with all these blocks and issues that are preventing love from coming in to getting over here. So we need to balance that with some advice. Now that you're aware, you work on it, right? Healing's a choice. If you choose not to, well, then you're going to be stuck in the wheel because you're not changing for you, right? And then let's see what else. Spirit gives me 2 cards. Let's see. All right, so Spirit gives a lot of cards here. I asked for 2, gave me 5. All right, so for many of you, it's time to have faith in yourself. Time to love your journey. Yes, life may be suckety suck on alone by yourself, but guess what? Once you start to learn to love yourself, you won't mind being alone. And once you don't mind being alone, then you make space to allow something else to come in. For many of you, it's a social media detox that's required. You're spending way too much time sitting on social media, focusing on your person, looking at every read out there, finding out when is my person coming in. Well, your person's not coming in until you're there for yourself. You need to be there for yourself, connect to yourself, get off of social media, start healing. Healing's a choice. It doesn't happen automatically. And again, Spirit's saying this again, self-exploration. It's time to connect to self. Keep on connecting to self. Kindness, open that heart. You got to be in that space of that heart opening for love to come in. And how do you do that? You create a routine of healing that keeps you working on self. And as you do, all this potentially can come in. So now let's look at timing, right? Everybody wants to know when. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? When will this show up in my life? And the short answer is once you start working on yourself, once you start healing the things that are preventing that relationship from spreading into positivity and into manifestation. So how do we then do that? So let's look at this. Remember, timing is a possibility. It is not a definite because every now moment we make choices that then change the next now moment. So in this present now moment, Spirit is saying, this wonderful reconciliation with your soulmate, this commitment, this magnetic attraction, is going to happen just around the corner, right? And we're looking at somewhere between December and February is what I'm feeling right now. Remember, this can be adjusted plus or minus depending upon where you are in your healing cycle. This is a collective, so you can pick and choose where you feel into yourself, where that's going to be. But these are the ranges Spirit's given us for now. So while we're waiting, we work on self, and as we work on self, we attract the love that we truly desire. Hope that resonates with those of you who are watching. Anybody who is watching it, parts of this read is meant to be in your awareness. It's partly for you because you are here. You've been guided to this reading. So it is also timeless. And with that, please like, follow, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys at the next reading. Have a great day.